they're odd though, aren't they, cherries? When was the last time you ate one in context?
On a Fat Rascal. I never eat them on Fat Rascals.
Well, you've just contradicted yourself in the space of 2 seconds.
Why?
I just said, when was the last time you had a glassy cherry? You said, on a Fat Rascal. I never eat them on a Fat Rascal.
Yeah.
How do you know you don't like them?
Because I've had them before.
When?
I can't remember. Christmas cakes and things.
Have you ever tried one on a Fat Rascal?
No, because I don't like them. That's because I don't like
I do think it can depend on the glacé cherry, because
Well, it could. Some are very good. The ones that are...
the ones that Betty's use,
Well, the ones that are like a natural colour
proper glacé cherries.
are okay, like the dark ones, but they make them all pretty, don't they? Yes, them. It's the way that... It's like...
One May Waspy.
It's like...
One May Waspy.
It's like... One way...
One May Waspy.
One May Waspy. No, it's
That
like
sound like
it's like the
knitting pen.
difference between... I'd love to actually glacé my own cherries. I wonder how you do that.
So you could glacé a tomato then?
I don't know that you could glacé a tomato.
Why
I
couldn't
suppose
you?
it's a fruit. So welcome to episode 9. Hey.
You idiot.
Why am I an idiot?
That's funny.
It's not very nice, is it? That you called me an idiot.
Oh,
But I will forgive you because you are unwell.
What are we doing?
So we're here.
Back.
We're back.
Yes.
I ain't
But
gonna...
not for long.
But not for long. No, we're
But
just
that's
doing...
another story.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
What?
one day we shall be presenting from a whole new room.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that is a whole other story. No, we're here. Hello. And we'll say straight off, we've got no...
Kay smells.
I smell very nice. I'll have one.
Well, you didn't the other day because of my weird nose.
I put on a perfume that I've worn for years and years. And then the next day, you didn't say anything that day. And then the next day I wore a different one. And you were giving me a hug, weren't you? And you went, what's that smell? That's nice, that one. What did you have on yesterday? Didn't like that one. I'm like, I've worn it for years. So I think your smell senses are off.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
And it was making you retch. That's a bit severe. It's a bit unkind.
I'm sorry.
That lovely perfume. So, as I said...
Let's say what it is.
Well, I don't know if I can do that. Because I love it, and like I say, I've worn it for years, so that wouldn't be fair.
Smells to avoid when your partner...
So, we'll say straight off, this is just going to be a straightforward, we're sat here episode. We've got no kind of fancy out and about, unfortunately.
Well, we do actually.
We do?
Yes.
Where?
It's already in the can, as they say.
Did you do something secretly that I'm not aware of?
Well, no, you... No.
What are you talking about then?
I did a whole out and about in Bakewell.
Oh, right. Well, it's just whether Dan feels like editing that in or not. It's up to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could do a fairly simple edit.
All right. Well,
and
there may be something there.
And it's interesting because it's totally different to anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I took it because it's a lovely little place.
It's beautiful. I love Bakewell. We want to live there.
Hopefully, we're going to get to know it quite well.
More of that later.
Yeah, so I took that.
Oh, right.
So that's there.
I didn't even know you'd done that. So there may
You're on film.
I never know what you do. I don't pay any heed to what you're doing, honey. You should know that right now. So there may be a little out and about shenanigans, as the fat squirrel says. But we just, well, I wanted to, I think more than you, just wanted to sit down and just do a quick recording, because it seems such a long time actually since we did, because
well,
because we did it when we were on holiday. It was a week earlier than we'd normally do it. So it's been 3 weeks. It must have been 3 weeks since we've sort of sat down and done it. And I've got piles of stuff that I wanted to show you, and yarn. I can't stop buying yarn. yarn that I wanted to show you. So
And then we got that competition running.
and we've got a competition running. We've just only got a few more days left. Ends 31st of August, which is, looking at the calendar, Sunday. It's Wednesday today. It's Wednesday the 27th of August. We never say the date actually, do we? Because I don't think it's really largely relevant, is it?
No.
We're just in a little knitting cocoon, and the date doesn't really matter, I don't think. So,
No.
no.
Unless it's your birthday.
Unless it's your birthday.
And
Unless
then
it's
it
your birthday
matters.
today. If it's
If
your
it is,
birthday today,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday! So we just wanted to have a sit down and a chat and a knit,
Yes.
and just let you know what we've been working on. But first of all, we'll just get this out of the way and say it, and just a huge thank you to everybody
Yeah.
for all your messages about Dan, and we're not going to go into the ins and outs of it because it's all highly unpleasant and really not why we're sat here. But I just wanted to say thank you from me, and obviously from Dan as well. Your messages have just been phenomenal, and I've tried to respond. I mean, Dan obviously is not really being capable of doing very much,
I've
but
tried to.
You have tried, yeah.
I've put a few messages on here and there.
Yeah, and I've tried to respond to a lot of people, and I've put kind of general responses. So, please forgive me if I've not individually responded to you, but just know that we really appreciate it. All your messages, it's been fantastic reading them, and the blanket squares.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh my gosh, Sam, Kermit Von Frog.
Super cool.
Super cool, yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So
Who are you?
We'll move on. Who am I?
Yeah. I've been waiting for you to say for the last 20 minutes.
You're not known. I've been around you a lot lately. My name is Kay. My username on Ravelry, that's a nice face, on Ravelry is Bryony Bear, and on Instagram I am Bryony Bears. And if there's people out there that don't know why I'm Bryony Bear, that thought just suddenly jumped into my head. It's probably obvious, is it, why I'm that?
No. Say.
But, our daughter's called Bryony, and when she was a baby, we always called her Bryony Bear.
Yeah.
And we still do. And in fact, more often than not, actually, we call her Boo Boo. I call her Boo Boo. That's another little sort of pet name we call her, don't we?
Yeah, but I coined it.
You coined it.
Yeah.
You did.
I was told to coin a name for Bryony, and I said you can't just coin them. You can't just pluck them out of thin air.
No.
I remember being a bit annoyed actually because you'd said it.
Think up a nickname.
Because you put the onus on me. Just go on, give her a name. But then within the next week.
Yeah.
Within the next week, it just happened.
And then look what I found when I was tidying a bookshelf over there yesterday, because it was like an absolute disaster area, and I found this little picture I'm going to show you. Look at Bryony. Look at her on that picture. How cute is she? And there's Goffy. If you saw Goffy now, he does not look like that. Or she, I should say.
Yeah.
I think it's a boy. Bryony thinks it's a girl. But look at Bryony. I'm going to get a frame.
She looks like George Galloway, doesn't she?
She's so cute. Look at those cheeks and her little hair. Oh, I love that picture.
He's an MP, or he was in this country, for the Respect Party.
Respect.
Yes, I think they only ever
So
had
I'm going
one
to frame
MP.
that. I found it yesterday. I'm going to frame that.
Cool. And I'm
And you
Dan.
are...
I'm Dan, and my... Well, hold on. You just said, for those people who don't know why you're called Bryony Bear, those same people are probably wondering why...
Why you're Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No. They'll be wondering why, on Instagram, you're Bryony Bears.
Oh, shut up. I should look up...
I mean, why?
Because,
why would you do that?
Well, somebody already stolen... It's a bit like the fat squirrel, isn't it? Somebody
need to go
took
back.
The fat squirrel, and she's the fat squirrel. So, yeah.
That's why you have to snap them up quick.
I had to, yeah. You do have to snap up those names quickly. Somebody will steal them from you.
Swines. I'm Dan, and I'm Obi-Wan Knitter. I'm Obi-Wan Knitter. Sorry, Casey. I forgot for a second. And I'm that on Instagram and on Ravelry.
Yay.
So, Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Well, loads. Quite frankly. I keep kind of casting on things and then thinking, oh my goodness, shouldn't have cast that on, and so I'll start with the thing that I'm knitting on right now, and this is just getting to the end of a row. Can you see the huge sock? The colours show up quite nicely there actually. This is Dan's socks from the Opal Sweet and Spicy. I can't remember the name of the colourway, but the number is on my project page. I'm on the, turn it the right way up, I'm on the foot of this one, and I've also got the other one is also on the foot, but I'm only just past the gusset decreases on that one. So I'm working this one till the end now, and then I'll go back and finish this one. So that's those, and that's the Opal Sweet and Spicy, and I've got the colourway number is, it must be something to do with, or maybe not, because that's Star and Anise on there. So maybe it's something to do with that, I don't know. Oh yeah, look, it's called Sweet and Spicy Sternanis, it says. So I wonder if that's the German for Star Anise.
Can I have a look? Alright, okay.
I bet it is, because that's Star Anise.
I didn't know if it might say Sternanus.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that. And it's 6757 is the colour, and I bet it is Star Anise. There we go. So, and I'm doing those in 2.5 mils, plain vanilla, and it's based on Snape's Stocking is the pattern that I use
By
Erica, my lovely friend Erica, I can say now. The heel and the gusset decreases and the toe decreases are all based on the Snape Stocking, and the rest I just do, I think I do something like 20 rows cuff and then 45 rows to here, and then the heel, gusset decreases, and then down to the toe. The total number of rows, disregarding the ribbing, is 135. So 20 rows ribbing, 135 all the way down to the toe, and then the toe decreases, just in case anyone needs to know how many rows. And that fits Dan's 12.5 inch long foot.
So what about what you're going to say then?
It's nice for him to be back and being cheeky. I just dropped my yarn. So that's that one.
What's the pattern?
It's just a vanilla sock. It's just a plain sock.
But it's based on
Snape's Stockings.
How is it based on?
Because I just use it for the template. I don't put the patterning into it. I think
Oh, right, okay.
I just use it for like all the numbers.
Right. Okay. Pardon me for yawning, folks.
Yeah, he'll be yawning and burping and all sorts of things.
Sorry.
And keep drinking.
Yes.
That's the other thing. He's got to drink like 25 litres of water a day.
I do. But this is gin.
No, that's mine. So that's that.
But pickling, that might be a good idea.
What?
If you drink 25 litres of gin, that sounds like I have been drinking gin.
Yes.
You'd be pickling your insides, wouldn't you?
You would, really.
Crumbs.
Dan Jones.
What?
What's on your needles? No, you see, I'm trying to do it with different intonations,
Just do it.
That doesn't work.
No. Isn't it inclination?
Oh, I don't know. I get that wrong. Is it intin or inclin? I don't know.
It's intonation.
Right.
But it's the usual blooming.
You haven't been doing much knitting, have you, to be fair?
I did do a few stitches, but it was just tricky.
Yeah.
Because I had things in my hands. So yeah, it's coming on. I'm doing my best. One day I will get there on my twin skein cowl. It's the most epic thing I've ever knitted. Definitely.
It is.
I can't see any mess ups though.
No, you haven't done any mess ups.
Which is good.
I joined in the second skein for you,
She had
didn't
to
I?
get that in. No, I'm only joking. And I like the fact you have to cast on for me.
I do.
Yeah.
I did something else on your hat as well that you've not seen yet.
What hat?
You've got a hat on the go that you're on the decreases for, and I needed the needle. So you're on magic loop now on that hat.
Oh, thanks. Well, that's okay. Yeah. So that is coming on well.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, Kay Jones. What? No, well, I can't ask you yet.
Why?
Because it's not on you.
Shall I just tell you what I'm wearing while I finish this row?
No, because that's what's off your needles.
No, I finished this yonks ago.
That is what's off your needles, though. You can't have what's on your needles and it physically be an item you've been wearing.
I was just going to talk about this while I finish this row.
That's a what's off your needles section.
I finished it yonkers ago, though.
But so in which section?
Well, it's not
within
any of
the
those
podcast
sections. Well, I suppose it's off my needles.
So in that case, so do we need to add a new section? And
what's historically off my needles?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe
we've always done that though.
Well, that's true. A past finished object. Yeah, we have done that from time to time, haven't we?
Yeah.
I am a little warm wearing it now, I have to say, because the weather...
It's much warmer today.
It's much warmer today than it has been the past few days, and I put it on this morning thinking, oh, you know, it's been nice and cool these past few days, and now it's going to be like 20 degrees this afternoon, so I don't think I'll be needing the wool.
Is it that warm?
Yeah, well, apparently the weather said it was. We might not get that warm because we're a bit
People
close.
would be watching this going, oh, I'd kill for it to be 20 degrees.
Yeah, I know.
But then maybe there's some people watching going, whoa, 20 degrees, I'd love for it to be 20 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, poor old...
Wouldn't it be great if there was someone watching this in Antarctica?
Gosh, yeah, wouldn't it? Alaska's probably... Have we got anybody in Alaska?
That would be an interesting thing. Someone, if you're watching this and you live somewhere like really remote and super cold.
Yeah.
Canada,
I suppose, will be. We've got quite a lot in Canada.
But that's cool.
But some bits of Canada won't be quite as cold as others, will they?
Oh, no, they won't. But, you know, anywhere that's like super remote, and I mean, we've heard from loads of people, some people in Australia, and you telling me about, who was that new person who lives on a farm in...
I was reading some of the introductions this morning because I've not been on top of it at all, and I was replying to some of the new people, and there was a girl, oh gosh, I need to look up your name. She was not quite 16, and she lived, I think she said on a farm. Did she say a farm, or was that someone else? But she said she got a load of brothers and sisters, loads of animals, and she taught herself to knit when she was 9, which I think is amazing. And she said she was almost 16 now. So I said to her, you know, Bryony's almost 9 and she knits 6 stitches, and she's like, oh, am I done yet? So I think she's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very good. So have you got your next thing?
Yes.
Okay. Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Yay. And this is way too small a project for this big bag, but I just wanted to use it. It's one of my Chatsworth bags. A bigger one. I said on the last podcast I was going to make them bigger, and I have made it bigger, and I really like the size. And this one actually was an old tea towel that we bought last time I went to Chatsworth, and it's been used a few times. There's even a little stain on it somewhere, but I just thought, oh, I'll just sew one up for me just to check the sizing and everything. And I really like the way it came out. It's like a taller thin one. It's got a really nice boxed square bottom. Stands up.
Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yep.
And I just wanted to use it, and I just picked up. We might have to edit.
I don't mind.
Are you okay?
Yes.
And I lined it with some like little chevron-y fabric. And in this bag, the reason I put this one in the Chatsworth bag is because it's one of my obsessive finding the perfect Chatsworth colour projects. And I've only just started this, so there's not a lot to show you, but I will show you. And it's another jewelled cowl. I have made one before. Sorry, you can hear my beads rattling. I'm sorry about that. I'll take a packet of beads out and put that on the floor. It's the jewelled cowl. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Nittimo. There it is. It's black and white, just for printing purposes. And I'm using some yarn that was very kindly gifted to me, and it's beautiful. And it's Tanis Fibre Arts, and it's I think it's the red label. It's got cashmere. It's a single ply fingering, and it's got cashmere and a bit of silk. It's cashmere and silk, merino cashmere, silk, fingering, single ply. Oh God, that was long-winded, isn't it? And I'm not sure of the colour, but I think it might be gold, but I'm not sure. And here it is. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. It's actually a bit more yellow than it's coming up on there. And if I hold it back here, that's a little bit more like the colour, isn't it? A bit more goldy. And I've only done about 4 rows, but I'll show you the bit with the beads. Can you see the beads? You can just about see them. And the beads I'd already got, actually. Oh, I think they're either size 6 or size 8, I can't remember, but that's where I got them from, and that's the beads, if that's helpful to people. Beads Direct, really quick, really good service, not expensive at all. So that's the actual beads, and I think I've got 3 or 4 bags, I think, of these. And I think there's about 180 in a bag, something like that. And they like a goldy colour. So I've just started that. So, and Denise from Knitting Den, I think you're still knitting on it, Denise. I think she was worried about the size of it because it's knit on 5mm needles on fingering weight, which is, even for fingering weight, that it does produce a very airy fabric. But what I'll just show you, the last one that I made is here, and again I knit this on 5mm needles, and it's fingering weight. It's a different fingering weight, admittedly, but I think they're fairly comparable, and this is the size that I got. So Denise, if that's helpful, that's the size I got on 5mm. It's really long, and even this time I was going to reduce the number of stitches by maybe 20 because it just did come out quite long, but I've kind of forgot and just cast on the 200. But it, it does produce a really nice size, so even if yours was a bit smaller, Denise, I'm sure you could still double it. So that's that one.
Lovely.
Dan Jones, what's on your needles?
It's Bryony's sock.
His sock.
I did a bit of this on holiday.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's coming on okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to work out how much longer I need to go, actually.
Yeah, well, I can measure it against her foot.
Yeah, I should do it today and then I'll know.
Yeah, a little way to go yet, I think.
But it's not a lot, so that would be good to know, and then I could get down to the toes. Decreases.
Yeah.
And this is Easy Peasy Sock.
Yeah.
How are yours going, June Marie?
I gave her the name of a pattern, actually, and there's 2 that have got sort of like an easy peasy wording. And I told her the one actually that I hadn't made before, but I know. So I have subsequently told her, and I can't remember which way round it is. I've made about 6 pairs of these, so they're all on my project page. And I think...
And this is on our project page.
I think these ones might be incredibly easy socks.
Yes.
Tracy Darby, it's just come back to me. Tracy Darby, incredibly easy socks. And then there is another one called Easy Peasy Socks.
Right.
I haven't done the Easy Peasy Socks, it's the incredibly easy socks.
Right.
It's no wonder you get confused, is it, with names that are so blooming similar.
Yeah.
So that's Malabrigo worsted. And the colourway might be Purple Magic.
Right.
I was thinking about it the other day. It might be Purple Magic, I'm not sure.
It's good to knit on, though.
Yeah.
Not difficult.
No.
No, not at all. Have you got your next thing?
Yep. Did I put that one away? Oh, and just going back to these bags, I'm in the process of making some up. I've got 3 people that asked for custom orders. I'll have 1 spare that no one's kind of claimed yet. I think it'll be a green one. So when I've done the 3 custom orders and the other one, I'll stick them into the Etsy shop, and like I said, there'll be 1 extra spare. And the next time we go to Chatsworth, I'll pick up some more. Because I love them, actually, and it's a lovely reminder, I do think, of, of a trip, to have like instead of just a tea towel to wash your pots with.
Tea towels are boring.
Yeah. So, next, I can't show
Kay
you.
Jones, what's on your needles?
I can't show you this one.
Why?
Because it's secret knitting for... It's for Sally.
Oh yeah, and after last time.
Yeah, I'm just not going to show it at all. And I'm not far off finished, actually. And I can't say anything else because I was just going to say something else, but that would kind of give it away.
I'm not sure what episode it was, but if you go back through our back catalogue...
Oh, don't. She'll feel really bad. Amelia, just ignore him.
You have to pay me back with sweets.
Oh, she sent a parcel,
Well, that's fine
it's
then.
on its way.
I'll shut up.
Amelia, didn't you?
Yeah, but when they run out, I'm going to tell everybody.
We've not had the post yet, so I can't show you this one, but look at my bag. Denise, I'm going to use this all year round. I don't care if it's got Christmas trees on it. I love it. So cute. So I'll show you something I can show you. That doesn't sound very good at all, does it? And this is, oh look, another chat. This is the smaller one that I made of my Chatsworth bag. And this one has got my trillion in it. That.
Oh, underpants.
What?
Nothing.
What's the matter?
I just need to get this row finished.
Oh right, okay. And I don't think actually I've worked on this since I came back from Chatsworth, and there's a reason for that, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'll show you how far I got, and I'm using Socks That Rock, lightweight in the Fire on the Mountain colourway. Look at that. It's so pretty, and look how nice it looks with the purple of my cardigan. And I've got this far. I'm doing really well on it, I think. Other way, Kay. Da, da, da. That's how far in I am. So nice. And I felt so stupid because when I was watching back that episode that we did at Chatsworth, I was going on saying, oh, it's not pulled at all. And actually it has just here. Can you see? It's sort of flashing a bit, and here. But then it goes back to being really variegated. It just depends on your stitch count, I think. And I was watching it thinking, you absolute fool. It totally has pulled. So that's the Trillion by Martina Beam.
Angus.
Martina Beam. And I'm still really enjoying it. It's just I've been sidetracked by another project, which I'll get to in 1 second. So I will definitely get back to that, and I will knit more of these, I think. I did say I was going to keep this one myself, and I'm sure I will, but I would love to knit another one, I think, for a Christmas gift, if I get round to that. And I'm doing it on, I think it's, I'm not doing it on the recommended needle. I think I went up a size, because it says 3mm, which I think is a really small needle size. I think I'm using 3.25mm for mine. Dan Jones.
I've got no idea what I'm doing.
What's on your knee?
These needles are too long.
It's magic loop.
Yeah, but the needles are massive. Why couldn't they be smaller? Do they have to be so long?
That's a normal size needle, darling. Let me see. Well, don't work on it. Just show it. It doesn't matter, does it? It's because then you need to do that now. There you go.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's your
Bankhead hat.
Yay! And a few people have started knitting these, I noticed, which I think is great. Froggy Monkey, Amy, is knitting one for Darren, and there was a couple of other people as well. I think it's a good colour on you, actually. Oh my gosh, it really is not a good colour on you. I don't even know if it is on me. God, no, I don't think it is. I don't think it really is.
Who would it be a good colour on?
I don't know. I mean, it's an odd colour. I love the colour, but when a colour's so close to your face, it's really got to be the right sort of shade, hasn't it? And
I can see it.
I'm not sure that does anything for me, really.
It's going to suit the right type of lady.
Maybe somebody who's blonde, actually. Your mum, maybe. Because her hair's kind of blonde. She wears every colour under the rainbow, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So maybe for your mum.
Maybe.
So it's the Blue Sky Alpacas Extra. And I think the colour is Cherry Blossom, which it does look just like a cherry blossom, actually.
Yeah. It's lovely.
So if you struggle with that magic loop thing, I can finish. There's only a few rows to go.
I don't really want you to finish it.
Well, I'm just saying I'll help out if you want to.
I'd rather I finished it.
Okay.
What have you got more?
Yes.
You want to pick it up then?
Okay.
Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
This is my cashmere bed socks. And I've not done that much, but there's definitely more there than the last time
I'll
I
just
showed
quickly check on B while you're showing.
Okay. I was just going to check on B. She's playing Minecraft downstairs. So, this is how far we got. I think I've still got a little way to go on the cuff. I'll have to measure it. I normally do my cuff kind of about 5 inches. I don't like really long legs on my socks. So this is the Skein, Australia's Skein, merino cashmere. It's 80% merino, 20% cashmere in the Tuscany colourway. And I've had this a while actually. I must have had this over a year. And I think I just liked kind of looking at it because it was so pretty. So I will get back to those. So it's just a plain sock, and I'm using the template for the Hermione's Everyday Sock by Erica Luda. Just for the heel and gusset decreases, etc. So that's those, and I'm doing those on 2.5 mils, and I haven't started the other one yet. So actually, when I've finished the leg on this one, I'll cast on the other one and do the leg and do it the same way that I'm doing Dan's other sock. So that's that one, and then we've not done FOs yet, have we? No, I'll leave the FOs, but I started, and anybody who follows me on Instagram will know about this epicness that I started, and I didn't realise till after I'd started it, but oh, that's come out of a bag, that Kimmy Knits is knitting one of these blankets, and she has been for a while, and I've had it in my queue for ages, and I was originally going to do, is she alright?
Yeah.
I was originally going to do this for the blanket that me and Dan are knitting, and I don't know what stopped me really. I thought that it was a bit too tricky for Dan, but thinking about it, that's a different one.
Brian's an idiot.
It's a blue one. Sorry. Maybe I thought it was just a bit too tricky for Dan, but actually it's really not. So I started, I'm waffling, I'll tell you what it is. I started to learn to knit log cabin blanket, and it's the one, there's quite a lot of patterns out there, and this is the one by Stacey from Very Pink Knits. Stacey Perry, I think she is. She does fantastic tutorials, and she does a really great tutorial for this blanket. So I thought I'd just actually cast one on just as a practice, and I thought I've got loads and loads of this yarn here, which is, if I've got one in a ball band, I can show you. It's what I use for my bear clothes, and it's King Cole Bamboo Cotton DK. Huge yardage, you get 252 yards in a ball, and you can get it, the price kind of varies a little bit between sort of £6-ish, and you can get it, if you get it in a sale, you can get it for maybe like £4.50 or something. And I got loads of colours because I use it for my bear clothes, like I said, and just over the last couple of years I've sort of built up, I think, pretty much every colour that they do. So I thought, I'll just grab a few of these and have a go, and this was the first one that I did. And no, I haven't woven in the ends yet, Melissa, she said to me, oh, weave those ends in as you go, it'll be epic, and she's right, and I will weave these in, but at the minute I haven't. So this was the first one that I did, and I think it's lovely. And I knit it on, I think the recommended for this yarn is 4 mil, but I wanted it to be a tighter gauge. I didn't want it to be really, because it's got bamboo in it, I didn't want it to be kind of really loose and floppy, and so I'm knitting it on 3.5 mil, and I really like the way it's come out, and it measures about 11 inches square at the minute, this one, and I haven't blocked it or anything yet, so I think it looks pretty good. And I'll show you the back, because I don't think you often see the backs of these blankets, and I think it can be really helpful. Because Denise said, are you getting quite a ridge on the back where you pick up because of the way she tells you to pick up? And there is quite a ridge, if you can see. Oh, drop it. Can you see there is quite a ridge here. I mean, where you pick up from like a cast on or a cast off row, it's smoother. But down your garter edges, it is quite a ridge, but I think, you know, it doesn't bother me. And once all those ends are woven in and it's been blocked, you know, I think it's quite pretty on the back as well, actually. And I think that's what gives you such a neat frontage. So that was the first one that I did. And then I just finished a second one of these last night. So that's the second one. Slightly darker colours. So that's the two at the minute together. Da, da, da. And I'm going to do my only rules for this. I'm not using white and I'm not using black. I just think I'm not a massive fan of black at all. But I wanted to keep it more, it's not pastel at all because they're bright colours, but I didn't want white and I didn't want black, so I'm going to do all the borders in this cream. So all the borders will be cream, so it's not bright white, it's an off-white. So that was that one that's on the go, and then I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have a go at a Cascade 221 as well, which is the yarn that we were using for our blanket. Gosh, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I don't normally talk this much.
No.
You normally talk more. I'm sorry, he's not very chatty. So I did one out of the Cascade yarn. Oh, yeah, there we go. The colours are darker, so... Oh, there we go, look. Oh, that's better. That's much better. I thought that orange was a bit bright. It's not as bright as that in reality. And when I put it in, I thought, is that a bit too bright? But I think it's okay. And they're all these sort of autumn colours. So this is my little blanket shelf up here. My Cascade is here. And the bamboo cotton, and there's more behind is there. And I loved... You know, when I was working on these ones, I was like, oh, I really love these. And then when I was working on this one, I'm like, oh, I really love this one. So what I'm doing is one of those squares, then one of those. I'm alternating. So because I've just finished one of those, I can now do another Cascade. And I've actually just ordered, should come this morning. I ordered a few more because I realised I'd got lots of kind of darker mid-tones, but not that many paler ones. So I ordered, I think, 3 more skeins in like paler colours. And then I thought, what am I going to do for the borders? And again, I didn't want white and I didn't want black. So I've gone for a colour, I think it's called Soft Sage. It's like a really pale green. It's really nice. And they only had 3 skeins in the shop where I got it from, but I'll be able to get some more somewhere else. So that's my blankets. Ta-da! And I can't stop knitting them, and that's why I've not really made much progress on much else, because I've just been doing these. Da, da, da. What's that? Oh, it's the girl from Nantucket hat. Who's given you that? Who sent you that? Has Lala sent it to you? No, who sent it?
I'll tell you in a minute.
It's Laura Linneman hat.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, who sent it?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, alright. It's got a pattern. I like that hat.
Well, that's good.
I'm going to knit it for you.
Are you?
Well, I will do if you want me to. I've never done a German twisted cast on. That sounds exciting.
Gosh.
90 stitch. I mean, yeah, that would work for you. Oh, that's nice. Got some nice yarn I can use. So that's my blanket squares. And every time I finish one, I'm like, right, I should finish something else. I should work on your socks and do something else, and then I'll just pick another one up. And I've got 2. Can you see those 2 big bags up there? Oh, you can't quite. They're just out of shot. And I've got all my yarns here. And what I've done for the last few is when I've finished a square, I've taken the square up to the yarns and then chosen, like, there's 9 colours, isn't there? Yeah, chosen like 9 colours that have not necessarily been in those ones already, and I've tried not to sort of clash the colours. So that's my blankets. I think that's everything that's on my needles currently. Dan's sat here reading loads of Ravelry messages. He's not been on for ages, and you sat reading all the messages, aren't you?
Yeah, it's cool. So I have to do some. What's on your needles?
Oh my goodness.
It's a bit difficult because it should be everybody.
It should be about 5 million people, shouldn't it?
It's really difficult. So I've probably got enough material to do the next 400 episodes. So I promise I'll get to you. But a few people have sort of jumped out in particular. And the first person, one person's just jumped out, and that's about as unexpected a jump out as I could possibly ever have imagined.
Got cord twistage problem. Sorry, go on.
So who's it going to be? Oh, well, this person.
I don't know.
Whenever they watch the podcast, supposedly, they always imagine that it's them. And I can't remember what she said on the message she sent me. It was really nice. It was on one of the forums, and she just struck me as super lovely. And so, who's it going to be? It's Joy Hill.
Oh.
Do you even know who that is, Kate?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Oh, well, that's good. What's on your needles? Finally, it's you.
Oh.
That's so cool.
What, does she sit there going, oh, is it going to be me? Is it going to be me?
No, she'll have been thinking, no, there's no chance it's going to be me. I'm sure. Joy, hope that has given you a bit of a shock. Yay.
Yay.
And another person who has been messaging me a bit and is very cool. And I've just found out he's knitting me a square. And it sounds really cool because it's Star Wars themed. Yeah. And there's loads of Star Wars themed ones. And
so
thank you
cool.
for all of
and
those.
Someone knit a Lego, it looked like a Lego brick. Have you seen that?
I mean, all that. I just feel bad saying anyone. Maybe I should have said everyone. Go and post
show us
what's on your needles. But that's no fun, is it? So you can just get excited now in the next episode when it could be you. Who knows? But who's it going to be? Sure, this person is a male knitter. There's not many of those.
No, I'm trying to think.
So suddenly it's gone down to a much smaller pool. I wonder how many male knitters are watching right now.
Yeah.
Let's try and guess. I can't imagine there's any more than 50.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't going to say anywhere near that.
Well, they keep springing out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
And
a lot of people have said, "Oh, I see my husband like watching like this."
I must give someone connected with me on Instagram recently, and I will become more active as soon as I've got a bit more energy. But by lordy, whoever it is can make sweaters. It's a male knitter.
Oh really?
Yeah. I mean, he looks.
You don't know who it was?
No, I'll try and check and give you a shout out in a minute. But let's get back to who this is. Nick Luder.
Nick Luder.
Erica Luder's son.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Knitting the Force.
Yeah.
What's on your needles?
Oh.
I know what's on your needles because you've just told me, but show us.
He's knitting you a square. Oh.
Yay.
So sweet.
I know. And the last person, there's so many people who.
Yeah, I know. I think people appreciate that. You all know that he wants to choose all of you.
It's really difficult. But someone has just. It's got to be fate when. I've not been on Ravelry for a while, and the first thing that happens is someone's gifted me a really sweet pattern and sent me a really sweet message. It's Amy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Was it Amy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh. Look, he gets him. You must, I'm sorry everybody, he gets emotional at like everything at the moment.
Alright, what's next?
What's next? What's off our needles?
Oh, yes.
Finish a row,
Kay
finish a row,
Jones.
finish a row.
What's off your needles?
Oh, I'll just leave it part row. I am that bold that I'll leave it halfway through a row. Right. I've just got a few little things. These are the socks that I finished. I finished them a while ago, but I didn't have them when we were in Derbyshire to show you. So they're Bryony's Christmas socks. How cute are they? I love them. They came out really nice. Sally, the yarn is really nice. It came out really nice. Thank you very much. And I think I matched them pretty well. Look at that. You can always tell at the toes, can't you? And the toes, I don't know how did that happen? Because they seem to match really well. I mean, look at that there. Look, matches really well. And then that, and I did exactly the same number of rows. I always count my rows, so I don't know quite how that didn't match. But so they're Bryony's Christmas socks for this year, and that's the Vesper sock yarn, and it's winter mint. So I love those, and I've washed them. The only thing that happened when I washed them, and I did them in virtually cold water with just like the tiniest bit of soak in there, but I don't know, I mean, does it look to you, I think the red has kind of, bled a tiny bit, not sort of not in streaks, but just that the white to me now looks sort of slightly pinkish, but it doesn't, I'm not bothered. I mean, it looks fine on screen. So they're done, and they'll go away for Christmas, and I knit them a tiny bit long on the foot, just in case their feet grow a little bit. So that's those. And then I knit down a couple of hats. No.
Yay.
Some cotton, and I used the cotton bamboo. I'm kind of addicted to this cotton bamboo at the minute. I can't stop knitting with it. And, because it's cotton, it is a tiny bit splitty, but compared to some of the other cottons that I've used, it's not bad at all. And I think once you get into a rhythm with it, you get to know the yarn and things. And it was never a problem. I think I only split, the yarn a couple of times. So it's not a problem. So this one is just, I think, what did I do? I think to work out, because it's a DK weight, and usually I knit your hats with like worsted, but I knew that the bankhead hat fit in really well, and that's 100 stitches on a worsted, so I did 120 stitches on, I think I did 4mm needles with this one, and just sort of winged it, and I did a 2x2 rib. Gosh, you can't see it because it's navy blue. 2x2 rib for a couple of inches, and then I knit it to about 6¼ inches, and then did crown decreases from the bankhead. I did the bankhead crown decreases, and it fits nicely, doesn't it? You're going to model it. Da, da, da. Oh, that looks, oh no, it's the other ear. So that's one of those. Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's nice and soft.
Yeah.
And then of course you said, I'll have another one of them. So I did another one in brown, but this one I did exactly as the bankhead pattern is. So it's the same, except I did 120 stitches again instead of the 100 for the bankhead. And it's a free pattern, so I can say the number of stitches. And I did twisted rib and everything on that one. That's how much I love you. I did twisted rib. And you won't know what I'm talking about, but every knitter out there is going, oh! I actually don't mind doing twisted rib. Da-da!
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So no doubt he's going to say, oh, I want another one. Well, he's not getting another one in a minute. 2, I think he's plenty at the moment. Might not even need them, darling.
No. Well,
yeah.
I'll still wear them.
Yeah, still wear them. So, two hats and a pair of socks. I don't think that's too bad, is it?
No.
And I was actually going to put these into my finished objects. Matt Franklin. Last night I was thinking, oh yeah, I've got blanket squares as finished objects, and I can hear everybody out there either going, yes, that's a finished object, or what? That's not a finished object. It's just a little square. But you see, that particular, well actually, then I thought, I can't even say that particular square is finished because they've not got the edgings on, so I can't say that they're finished objects. So that's that. And you haven't got any finished objects, have you, darling?
No, because I'm lazy.
Because he's lazy. Not been doing anything.
No.
And then...
Totally lazy.
Totally lazy.
Totally lazy.
What about your little...
Oh,
You have got a little finished object.
Yeah.
How cute is this? Look at that. It's so cute.
It's really cool. I'm not sure who the character is. I was very sceptical about these.
Yeah,
but they make a game. There's an iOS app that I have on my iPhone, and it's very cool. It's historically been my favourite Star Wars game, and you fly the little ships and touch screen, and it shoots when you touch the screen and stuff. But I'm getting really into the figures. And you may have seen on Instagram the other day, me and Bryony got out some of our collection, and this one, I really love all the different guys because they all have different helmets. And
Should I hold him?
no, it's okay because I can.
You can zoom.
Yeah, and this guy, I want to try and work out who he is. I'll have to check the film, or someone might be super clever and just know. But yeah, he's great. I don't think I've shown the B-wing, have I?
No, maybe not.
No, I'll have to show you the B-wing. I did a B-wing the other week, and that's really great. I've always really wanted a B-wing. There was a B-wing Ultimate Collector's Edition that came out. It didn't last very long, so it'll be worth a fortune now online. And I sort of looked at it and thought, yeah, it looks really good, but they're just so huge. And
it's finding space, isn't it, now at the minute?
well, hopefully we might have a bit more space soon.
And I forgot about this finished object that I'm wearing. And as I've said before, I don't knit a lot of cardigans and jumpers. I don't know why really. I think the thing I loved about the blanket squares was that it felt like each little block was kind of like a finished object, because you know you're picking up your stitches, and I love picking up stitches. I'm a bit weird like that. You pick up your stitches and then you cast off. So it feels like each little block's a finished object, and then when you finish a square, it's like, I've finished this whole square. And I think that's why I really like them, because even, you know, you're knitting on a cardigan and it takes forever. Well, it does me, it takes forever, because I just work on anything else I possibly can to avoid working on the cardigan.
Do you have an absolute nightmare magic linking people on Ravelry?
Oh, I just don't like doing it. Does anybody, you know, on I love Ravelry, you know, but the only thing that kind of irritates me is whenever you have to link anything, because you have to do the little brackets, and then you have to do the square brackets, and then the round brackets. I just find that
life is too short.
It really, yeah. Because Denise said to me, she was talking about, oh my gosh, I've got to say this, right? She was talking about Pride and Prejudice. I think it got started because we were talking about Chatsworth, and somebody said that
imagine
Chatsworth...
if it was set in Sunderland, Pride and Prejudice.
Gosh, can you imagine that, Denise?
See him.
See him.
See him all.
Where did we go where the beach was really nice, though? Where the castle was? Where's that? You go down some really steep steps to get to the beach.
Ah, crumbs. No, that's Grangemouth.
Grangemouth. That was really nice. That's not a million miles, though, away from...
Yeah, well, you would offend anyone from Sunderland by saying, because they're territorial, Mackhams and Geordies.
Right.
Anyway,
I was saying, because somebody I think had said, when I mentioned about Chatsworth, somebody in the thread had said, oh, you know, Chatsworth was in Pride and Prejudice. So, of course, and I think they said it was the Colin Firth version, and it wasn't. Chatsworth was mentioned, I think he's actually mentioned in the book, and that's why the Colin Firth version, the 1995 version, I should say, doesn't actually have Chatsworth in it as Pemberley. It's the house that they used is called Lyme Park, Lyme Park, and it's in Cheshire. It's sort of like Manchester side, and I've been some years ago, but I have been, and it's a fabulous house. It's quite a distance from us though. It's like across the Pennines, and you know it's quite away from where we are now. So I said, you know, it wasn't Chatsworth in that, but of course they did use Chatsworth in Death Comes to Pemberley, the recent one. And did they use Chatsworth in the Keira Knightley one, 2005 one then? Maybe they did.
Maybe. I mean,
But we were talking anyway about the people liking the Keira Knightley version and people liking the Colin Firth version. And I said to Denise yesterday, because I'd replied to her, but I hadn't linked her. This was where the whole link thing came from. And I'd replied to her a few days ago, and she said to me yesterday, "Oh, you didn't magic link me, and I've only just seen it." So I had a moan, and I said, "Oh, Ravelry," and you know. So I said to her, "You've got to watch." She hadn't watched, basically. The crux of this story is that she hadn't watched the Colin Firth version and Jennifer Ely version, the 1995 one. And I was like, up in arms, saying, "Oh my goodness, whatever you need to do to go and watch this version." And I think someone had said that they kind of found it a little annoying because it was shown in episodes on the TV back in 95. So it's broken into episodes, and obviously it stops and then starts again. I mean, that doesn't bother me, but I can understand if you want to watch the whole thing. But it's very long if you were to watch it.
Chatsworth was used in the Keira Knightley version.
In the Keira Knightley version, right?
Yeah, but I mean, also.
It was in Death Comes to Pemberley,
they
which
used
I didn't
Wilton
like.
House for some internals.
Oh yeah.
Wilton House in Wiltshire.
Oh right.
So, and they also use Haddon Hall.
Haddon Hall. We've been to Haddon Hall. Haddon Hall's
fantastic.
A great
place.
Yeah, very, very, very old, very different to Chatsworth actually.
Well, yeah, Haddon Hall is like a house that you would think you might live in.
Yeah.
Whereas
it's true, it's smaller, isn't it? But it's
and it just looked.
It's a different era.
Manageable and.
Yeah.
Whereas Chatsworth.
No. Yeah. So, Denise started watching it. She sent me a picture and she was watching it yesterday, so I can't wait to see what she thinks. And I hope you don't think it's absolute pants, but I'm sure you won't. I've watched it, I can't think how many times.
You see, the thing is though,
the Colin Firth version, and it's
sort of a series of its time though.
It is. It probably looks, I expect people will think, oh, it looks a bit dated now, and that's probably true. But I think the acting is brilliant. I think the casting of it is perfect. The people that they cast for, Elizabeth Bennet and Jane Bennett and Mr. Darcy, obviously.
Interesting though that the internals of Pemberley in the original Pride and Prejudice were Sudbury Hall.
Yes, it wasn't Lyme Park.
No.
They just used Lyme Park for the outside,
yes.
And the inside was a different house.
The inside must be awful then.
I didn't actually go inside it. Now I think about it, because it was just the external. Do you know where he swims in the lake, and then he's walking back all wet and everything, and she sees him, and there's that view of the house behind her, and he's walking, and then he's like, "Oh, Miss Bennet." I've stood there where she stood. I was very excited. So I hope you really enjoy it, and Denise, I hope you really liked it. And I think that's where my train of thought was going for that. I can't remember what I was talking about beforehand. Oh, was I talking about this?
Probably.
And I didn't. Totally got sidetracked there, but it was an important thing, I think. We need to, if you haven't watched the Colin Firth version of Pride and Prejudice, you need to set a day aside and watch it.
Yeah.
Rant over. So this finished object, I was talking about cardigans, wasn't I, and how I don't knit them very often.
No.
But this yarn you bought me for my birthday last year, I think it will be.
Right.
I don't think it was the year before, I think it was last year. It's the Plucky Knitter. Plucky Knitter Primo Aran, and I got 8 skeins of it. And anybody who's bought that knows the price of it will not tell Dan. Not bothered anyway. And I can't remember the colourway.
I love how you pigeonhole me.
Yeah, I know. You couldn't go monkeys, could
no,
you?
well, no. So many female knitters do that.
Yeah, I know. It's probably because
male knitters unite right now. And also men in general, unite right now. I'm sure plenty moan, but also, I bet you hardly any do.
No, maybe not. I don't spend money on anything else, do I? So just on wool.
So what?
Well, yes, true. So, back to the cardigan. The pattern actually is the Basic Chic Hoodie by Bon Marie Burns, but I decided in the end not to do the hoodie. The reason being, the yarn's really heavy. It's a very dense yarn, and I just thought if I had a great big hood, I was worried it would kind of pull it back. So I just did a big collar instead, and I really liked how it came out. really, straightforward knit, really simple. I alternated on, I alternated on the body, but I didn't on the sleeves. I'm pretty sure I didn't alternate on the sleeves. And I love it, and I wear it. My only issue with it is, because there's cashmere in it, it's the Primo, so there's cashmere, it pills like the devil. And I haven't worn this a great lot, and I don't know if you probably won't be able to see the pills, they won't come up, or you can up here. I really haven't worn this a lot. I think I've washed it twice, but it really, really pills, and I wouldn't knit a cardigan again that's got cashmere in it, I don't think. As lovely as it feels, even as I was knitting it, one section, the section that I'd already knit, just the friction of it being moved around, it had started to pill, and I was kind of disappointed in that, really, because it's very expensive yarn. But, I love the colour, and I wear it, and it's super warm and cuddly.
Cool.
So that's that. And then the last thing, I just wanted to show you the amount of yarn that I seem to have gathered recently. And a lot of it's been gifted, actually, really kindly. So I'll just show you. I'll start with the gifted.
Can I just have a quick comfort break?
Yes, darling, off you go. He has to wee a lot at the moment. Just pulled that. You didn't need to know that. I was talking about Erica Luda, and I asked her if I could show this, and she said it was okay. But she sent me a parcel. And she did ask if it was okay for her to send some yarn, and I was like, oh, it's really kind of course, if you want to. And I got this parcel, and let me tell you, I opened it and I barely couldn't speak for 5 minutes. I just said to Dad, oh my God, there's 6 skeins of yarn in this parcel. 6. So I got 3 are fingering weight, so I wanted to show you this one, and they're all by Erica, Dreams in Fibre. On Etsy, her shop is, I'm probably not going to say this right, Hanloney 79. I'll show you the little, you probably can't see, can you see the, oh, it's tiny, she's Dreams in Fibre. I'll show you the other side. That's better. You can see it now, look. Hanloney79.etsy.com. And she dyes this herself. So this is glint sock, 438 yards, rose colourway. And it's beautiful. Look at that. And the sparkles. Can you see? I wonder if you can see the sparkles or not. Just a little bit. I think you can see them. And it's rose colours. I mean, it's beautiful. It's pinks and running into like a sort of burnt orangey colour and blues. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. So I got that one, and she also sent, this is merino nylon superwash sock, and it's called Ecuadorian Purple, 460 yards. I mean, that's really good yardage, and oh, you can see it there. Oh, lovely. And obviously I love purple. Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm thinking, all of these would make great socks, or trillions, I'm thinking. Fabulous. Or hitchhikers, or something similar. And then another merino nylon superwash sock, and this is a one of a kind, and it's called Fortune Teller. And this reminds me a little bit of Mad Tosh Tart, except there's more tones in this, I think, than in the Tart. It's beautiful. Look at the colour. Oh! Gorgeous. It shows it better back here, actually. So that was the 3 that she sent that was sock fingering weight. And then we got some superwash merino Aran, and the colourway, I think it says blues, 180 yards. Oh, so squishy and beautiful, and I'm thinking that will make a great hat or a cowl or mittens. Fabulous. This one definitely would be something for Dan, and he would love to knit with this one, I think. And this is the superwash merino worsted evergreen colourway, 218 yards. Perfect Dan colour. So that's that one. And then I love this one. This is superwash merino worsted again, and it's the Alana colourway, 218 yards, and this is gorgeous. It's like mauvey purples running into sort of like a brownie, really, really pretty. And again, hat or mittens for Bryony maybe. So that was all the ones that Erica sent. And I've got some of my little soaps that I got from Chatsworth in there. No, wool fat soap. How cute are they? I picked up a few. So some of these might be going into prize packages. It smells really nice. It's not scented, I don't think, in any way. But it just smells like nice soap. It's not scented. They had little ones of these in the house.
Right.
It just smells really nice. I haven't used any of them yet, actually. So.
Cool.
Those. So that was my yarn from the lovely Erica. And then I might have purchased a few others. Sarah Hepworth, this is totally your fault. She told me that there was an Opal Sweet and Spicy 2 range out. So of course I had to go and get some. So I got a few colourways. This one is, I think this one was, Cake Pops. It actually says it in English. Oh, they must have just started doing that. But that one doesn't say it in English. Maybe it's the same in German as English. Cake Pops. I don't think that was the colourway. I think it was Lollipops. Anyway, it's this lovely colourway. Look at that. You're all running out now to buy this, aren't you? I can see it. I mean, I really want to do an Opal knit along. Oh, we didn't mention the knit along in October. We'll talk about that maybe in the next episode. So I've got that one. Oh, I love those colours. Again, sweet and spicy. This is watermelon, and it really is. Look at that. It just looks like a watermelon. I don't even know if I could get away with socks for that. You'll wear anything there, won't you?
Yeah.
That's watermelon, and this is the one I got with you in mind, and this is peppercorn. I'm sure this is peppercorn, or pfeffer. Pfeffer, that's not how you pronounce it, I'm sure. And I got that one to do for Dan. So they're all the sweet and spicy. And then in the same shop, which was, what was the shop, Sarah? I can't remember the name of the shop.
Boys.
Knitting.com. Was it knitting? It might have been knitting. I can't remember. Sarah, in the episode thread, just tell me what the shop was. I can't even remember the name of it. What am I like? I picked up a Fortissima Mexico 2. In fact, I thought it was 2. It's hiding away. And I haven't used this one before. So it's shoulder and style, Fortissima Mexico, and it's self-striping. Oh, there you go, look. Pretty. And then I saw this one, and this one reminded me kind of apple picking sort of, autumny sort of colours. Reds and greens. So I got those 2 as well. And then this is as a result, sorry Bakery Bears, I'm just going to lie you down. This was as a result of my hunt for the perfect Chatsworth colour. Look, it's got a separate little basket. So I started off and I ordered these. This is Malabrigo sock in the ochre colourway, and I do think this is perfect actually. Again, it's deeper. It's a deeper gold, isn't it? That's a little bit better. Really beautiful tonal. So I got 2 of those. It's definitely deeper than it's showing on there. So I got 2 of those. My thinking was to some beautiful, magnificent lace shawl that I'll probably never get around to knitting. And then I got, because I'd knit before with this colour, Winter Wheat, which is down there. It's Mad Tosh Winter Wheat. I got just 1 skein of Tosh sock. It's not that pale. Gosh, isn't it funny how yellows are not? I wouldn't have thought there'd be a problem with yellow. It's a deep gold. So I got Tosh sock, Winter Wheat, and I might actually make socks for me out of that. I know I've moaned about Tosh sock before because I made you some. But if I'm delicate with them and knit them to a tight gauge, I think I'll be okay. So I've got that one. And then I also, because then I thought, well, maybe if I don't make socks, I can make a 2-tone shawl. And I saw that colour, which is Glazed Pecan. And I thought they look lovely together. So I got those 2. And then, of course, I had to get Tosh Merino Light in Winter Wheat as well. I wish you could see the real colour of this. It's a much deeper gold colour. And I also got, because I'm loving brown at the moment, I got log cabin brown, and I'm knitting log cabin blankets. That's fate, isn't it? But then I showed this on Instagram. I'd already got this colourway in my stash, so these are all going to come piling out, aren't they? Ah! Don't fall, don't fall. We did it. I've got this colourway already in TML, and it's button jar blue. I put these 3 together, and oh my lordy, look at that. And then I was thinking, I did start a colour affection one time, and for whatever reason I didn't get into it, but I do think that they would look fabulous as a colour affection. So I might do that. So I think that's all my purchases. Yes, I think that's it.
And I've run out of water.
And Dan's run out of water, so he needs to go and get his next massive bottle.
I do, and also I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Okay.
Well, I don't know if I am.
You have to eat little and often at the moment, don't you?
Yeah, I should probably eat.
Yeah, I'm going to get you something. So I need to go and attend to Dan. I think that's everything. We'll talk about, we're not going to do a knit along in September, just to keep things kind of simple for us, but we're doing a joint knit along starting 1st of October, very exciting, but we'll talk about that in the next time. And I mean, hopefully it'll be a couple of weeks, but we're kind of just playing it by ear at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it could be 2 weeks, it might be 3 weeks, whatever it needs to be. So.
Cool. You sent any shirts anywhere interesting recently?
Have I sent any t-shirts anywhere interesting? I did send a couple out when we came back. I can't remember where I sent them. Where did I've sent one to New Zealand, I think.
Have you?
And I think so.
Are we seeing any pictures of people?
Australia.
I know we've seen Cara Thompson.
Cara Thompson posted a picture
and
wearing
Amelia.
one. Amelia.
We seen any other pictures of anyone?
Matt Franklin had one on.
Oh yeah, Matt. You
He
look
had
cool.
one on. I don't know. I mean, if you've got a t-shirt and you're watching and you want to post a picture of yourself, I know not a lot of people do.
Yeah, please. I'd love to see
Yeah, we'd love
pictures
to
of
see
t-shirts.
where they are.
In
Maybe
cool
that's
places.
what you should do. Yeah, in cool places. Maybe you should pop your t-shirt on and go and stand in front of a monument or something.
Yeah.
That would be quite cool.
Yeah. And take your bakery bear and
take you back.
and get a picture with someone famous.
Oh yeah, we said we were going to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll do that as sometime in the future.
Yeah.
We'll have to try and set the standard though, set the bar high.
I know.
We could get it. We could get. I'm sure I could get it. I
don't know anybody famous, do I?
I could get a bakery. Oh, it's whether he'd do it.
Who?
Percy Weasley.
Might not. How do you know him?
Well, I don't, but my brother does.
Oh right.
And I'm sure if I said to my brother,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Could you get him to take a picture
Yeah, maybe.
with that?
It's just reminded me. I am planning a really special bakery bear.
Cool.
And I'll talk about that because I'm going to start it when that knit along starts at the beginning of October. But yeah, very excited.
Cool.
So I think that's us.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we'll leave that because there's an hour and a half, honey.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, so I'll leave the Bakewell out and about for next time. I
obviously talk more than I realised I could talk.
Yeah, we should maybe
cut it. Well, just edit.
No. We'll just do.
So I'm sorry if I've waffled. I
Out
didn't
and about
realise
in Bakewell next episode.
We'll do that next time then. Yeah.
Yay!
So I'm going to go and stash all my wool into my cubbies now.
After you've made me a sandwich.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.